a little later on. We've managed to, at great expense, get him waiting in the wings. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But we're talking Royal Rumble from St. Louis. Do you know what? Royal Rumble season, to me, Andrew, it is the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. I mean, we're hot off Christmas, Tom. We're hot off Christmas. You get in that January period. You get the January blues. You're like, oh, all the good stuff. All the good stuff's happened now. I've got to wait another year, except your birthday. But then it's the Christmas. It's almost the Christmas of wrestling, right? And that's the thing. I know we've got WrestleMania and whatnot, but this sets everything up pretty much for what we're going to get later on.
Okay, what was your first Royal Rumble experience?
My first one, I was quite young, so mine was Royal Rumble 2000 with The Rock and the Big Show at the end. And whilst it's not like the best Rumble at all, the ending's a little bit convoluted and whatnot. It's one of them things where it still holds a special place in your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's your first one.
Yeah.
You always remember your first. I'm much older than you, sir. No. So I have I am. I think I'm going back to, is it Royal Rumble 1991?
Wow.
My first Rumble, yeah.
Wow.
I had a delivery arrive the other day, and it was some alcohol. And you know, they do that thing where, and this really made me feel old, where they say, I want to check your age.
Yeah.
They say, what's your birthday? And I started saying, 31st of January, 19. And he went, yeah, that's fine. I was like, whoa! Don't want to... Oh no! That's true. That really happened.
About it, yeah.
Oh, I'm 38 tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow. I don't know if I mentioned it.
Is it your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah. But that one where it was Hogan and Warrior.
Oh yeah, and they got the stare down
ahead of the Ultimate Challenge.
Oh my goodness!
It was like, because the Rumble was. I figured out by that point how great the Rumble was, because you saw sort of mid-carders and main eventers and all that jazz all mucking in together. You would never normally see them in the same stratosphere. And that's what makes the Rumble really exciting every year. And even now, all these years on as a fan, like, I'm always excited for the Rumble.
Because there's always just there's uncertainty, right? There's always a layer of uncertainty to these things, and that's what really makes them exciting. Obviously, sometimes you go into years, you kind of know, okay, this person's got a very good chance of winning this year and whatnot. But I think leading into this one, until certain things happened in the show at least, it did seem very uncertain as to what was going to happen. It
did. And we're going to talk about Royal Rumble 2022 today. I want to give a little nod to the kickoff show that was an uneventful 59 minutes and 59 minutes and 53 seconds.
Yeah.
There was 8 memorable seconds in the kickoff show.
Really?
There was 8 seconds in which they said to Booker T, who do you think's winning the men's Rumble? And he went, Brock Lesnar. You having a laugh?
Oh, well done.
And they're like, Booker, he's not in the match. Oh, well, I mean the men's Rumble.
Yeah.
Gosh bless you, shucky ducky, etc.
Quack.
But that was there were no matches on the kickoff show. We just had the joy of people talking for an hour.
Yeah.
Excellent. I think Jerry Lawler's dyed his hair as well. Pass it on. We opened with Seth Rollins challenging for the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns. Seth, who has been getting in the mind palace of Roman Reigns for the past few weeks, continued to do so by coming out to the Shield's music.
Beautiful.
Through the crowd.
Beautiful.
In his old Shield gear. Presumably dusted off on the back of the cover, just behind like Becky Lynch's wedding dress, like right at the back. And he came out knowing that he was being a cheeky boy, because he was doing his as he was walking up. It was a deep joy. I'll go through some of the bits from this match, and then we'll have a conflab about it. I think they started straight away. Big.
So good.
Big match between these two. Seth hitting a shield bomb, as they were calling it, the power bomb through the table, led to a lovely bit where we got a buckle bomb immediately after, and a stomp for a near fall, and a really tight near fall. It
was reminding me of WrestleMania. I can't remember which WrestleMania, but Seth versus Brock, where it just straight out the gate, off we go. Seth gets the win like really, really quickly. And that's what it felt like almost there. But then 2.999, Tom.
It was 2.999. We saw Roman Roman hit a spear and get a near fall on that as well, and that was really special.
It was.
We see I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was Roman hit a Superman punch, and he was going to go for a spear, or was it after Seth kicked out of a spear, where Seth sort of gets somewhat conscious and goes to do a fist bump.
Oh my goodness!
To Roman,
and he's laughing and he's goading Roman to come in.
And this just sends Roman into orbit. Puts on the front face lock.
Yep.
What did we think of the finish, Andrew, from this point? So Roman's got the face lock in.
Yeah. So the finish, basically, Roman's got the face lock, the guillotine in. He's got Seth in it, and Seth's almost very, very close to the ropes. He's like almost there. You can see that he's fading a little bit and whatnot. And then the ref goes to grab his hand, pulls it up, and when his arm comes down, Seth grabs the bottom rope. Now, obviously, when a wrestler does that, there is a 5 count. You get a 5 count before the ref throws the match out, and Roman holds it till the 5 count. And after the 5 count, the end is basically a DQ finish because Roman will not let go of the holds. Therefore, Seth wins. However, Roman Reigns retains the championship. He's
screaming as he's got the thing in, going, he deserves
it. He was asking for it. He wouldn't let me let go. And the ending, the whole match up until this point, Tom, was phenomenal. It was phenomenal psychology, phenomenal storytelling, I think, on both people's behalf. Obviously, we get the whole, Seth Rollins has got Roman Reigns' number this whole entire time, and he still has it here as well, because Roman Reigns lost. And this still leaves that door open because Roman Reigns still hasn't got a decisive victory against Seth Rollins yet. So whilst the ending is very kind of, it mars pretty much the storytelling, but it also at the same time helps the storytelling. I don't know how to describe it. I think it was done well. In the moment, obviously we throw it all out. When a DQ finish like that happens, we throw it all out. But I think the seeds now have been planted in Roman Reigns' mind about whether he can get the job done without his counsel and with the Usos at his side.
What I quite liked, what we'll say is post-match. So you had the DQ. So Roman gets away with the DQ. Then he grabs the steel chair. And he hits Seth in the back with a steel chair. Very akin to the way that Seth hit Roman in the back with a steel chair that ended the Shield all those years ago. And I don't know whether you picked up on this. It was like the moment he battered Seth with that chair, like he looked relieved. He looked lighter.
Yeah.
Like there was he's been so good at emoting in points like this. Like he looked like a monkey had been off his back. Like he'd paid off his mortgage. Like he had that kind of look on his face. Like, I've done it. And then he went away. But I liked that. It was a nice, and I think it was. I think it took away from the shonky finish a little bit by having Roman battering with the chair after. And the boos for the ending of the match into boos for Roman.
Yes, I think so. Again, whilst I think the finish might have marred the match as a whole, I think it kind of. It lends itself to the storytelling almost, because we've seen Roman Reigns recently. He's been getting a lot of help, obviously, from the Usos and Paul Heyman and whatnot. I think they've very much been on his side to try and keep that belt within his grasp. And now without them, I think he's starting to doubt himself a little bit. And I kind of like that a lot. I think that lends itself really well to the whole situation. And if we get Seth and Roman down the line again, oh my goodness, the storytelling is going to be on the next level, I think.
Grading for the match.
I give it an A- just because of the ending, I think.
Do you know what? I'm not going to argue the A-. I thought that had the finish been a little bit better, I think we could have bumped it up to an A or an A+. I think the finish dragged it down a touch for me, but still a great way to kick off the Royal Rumble. All seems well as we start the night.
Oh, what happens after that?
We are so glad that you can join us today for Cultaholic Live via our YouTube channel, and you're getting in touch via the chat. Let's go over to Dan Cam. Dan Heppel, the world's most dangerous man, wanted in 36 countries. Thankfully, not this one, so we can hire him. Dan,
for now.
We can't say what he did, but it involves bees. Dan, what are people saying, Dan?
So Stephen kicked us off. Good morning, Tom and
Stephen.
Andrew. Super excited for today's live review show. Last night's show was good, but a few matches, including the men's rumble, felt underwhelming. I'm going to take this off because I can hear myself and it's very distracting. Still very interested in seeing what happens at the Raw to WrestleMania. So Stephen's not fully off the train to WrestleMania.
Okay.
He's waiting in the waiting area.
Yep.
The train to arrive.
The train
And you chipped in again, and you said a big happy birthday for tomorrow, Tom.
Oh,
so,
did
there
I
you
mention it
go.
was my birthday?
Is it your birthday tomorrow, Tom?
I don't know if I'd mentioned it, so I appreciate you looking that up,
Aw,
Stephen. Thank you.
Bless.
I appreciate you looking that up. Thank you very much indeed.
I think you've got most of the conversation, Tom, rather than the Royal Rumble, which says a lot about Royal Rumble. Smarty says, "Happy birthday, keep up the good work."
I didn't even realise people knew it was my birthday. I didn't think we'd mentioned it.
I don't think we've enough.
No.
When is it again?
Oh well, that's the thing. It's tomorrow.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't even
okay.
mention that, but
Okay.
I appreciate that. Any other observations from super chats or are we...
N64 Live says, sing
Hi, Jeff.
happy birthday to Tom. So wants me to sing happy birthday.
Yeah! Sing it.
Like sexy, like Marilyn Monroe style? Or
Yes.
like,
No, I
Happy
can't sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President to myself.
no,
President.
we'll wait tonight. We'll wait tonight.
We'll
I'll
wait
not,
till
I'll not
tonight.
torture everyone. People already complain about the audio. You don't need me singing. Right,
Yes,
there
we
you
do.
go.
Yes,
There's
we do.
one.
It's called a hook and a tease. That.
Another one from Bridget. Happy birthday, Tom. You make the world a better place. Thank you for making
bless.
me smile.
I didn't even realise I'd mentioned it was my birthday. Thanks very much.
Another one here for a super chat. Afternoon, Tom and Andrew. It's great to have you all back in the office. Looking forward to the show.
Thank you so
I
much.
bet you regret saying that now.
CM Origins, thank you very much for £5 for a super chat. Ross needed those blot socks after his Shane McMahon returned. So there you go.
Actually, yeah, where are the blart socks?
Oh, the blowout songs. They might be upstairs somewhere.
They're being decrusted at the moment.
Yeah, they're in the
but,
washing machine.
Check out cultaholicshop.com because we've got a whole new range of merch, including this hat, including Andrew dolls and Ross dummies there, Ross buddies there, wrestling buddies.
Wrestling.
And the phrase in business, where's the pain? Comes to mind because great business minds will always try and find something that people that cause discomfort but they can get fixed. For example, I'm always burning my hands taking pizza out the oven. Oven gloves.
Exactly.
There's the pain. I'm always ruining at least one sock in a pair. Blart socks.
What? How? What?
We've got two more chats just before we go on to the next match. Gar Munro says, Reign at Mania 37, fire at the Royal Rumble. The God versus Vince McMahon feud really is long-term storytelling.
Wow.
So, there you go.
That's good.
Nice one, Gary. Thank you, matey.
And best description was heel Seth Rollins cosplaying Shield Rollins. So
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah,
That is
that's
good.
Pretty much what he did, isn't it?
no
Yeah,
blonde
it pretty
streak
much is.
though. I was disappointed no blonde streak.
Oh,
needed to do the
That would
blonde
have made
streak.
it. That would have
Never
made
even thought
it.
of that. That'd have been brilliant. Thank you, Dan Cam. Dan,
Thank
back.
you so much.
If you'd like your message part of the show, then you can send a super chat by watching and being in the chat. It's that simple. For the third year running, we find out at this point in the show, the Weeknd are doing the WrestleMania soundtrack.
Yeah.
That new one they've got, the ha-woo.
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna hit the heights of. What's it called? I can't even remember.
That was their other one.
But yeah, I mean, I like it.
I like that. When is the Weeknd going to perform one of these songs at WrestleMania? Because this is the third year now.
Now we're getting into Bad Bunny versus Weekend territory, Tom.
Book it, you cowards.
Book it, you cowards.
We move on to our first Rumble of the night. It is the Women's Royal Rumble match. Sasha Banks in Sailor Moon attire.
Oh, amazing.
Appealing to that 50-plus demographic that WWE are coveting at the moment. And she is out, and great to see Sasha Banks rocking up on the SmackDown before this.
Yep.
Because we thought she wasn't going to make it to the Rumble.
Yeah, and so this was really nice to see. She had a good showing in this match as well. She had a very good showing.
Very much did. We had our first surprise of the Rumble straight off the bat with Melina.
Roll out the red carpet, everybody. Where's the pap? The paparazzi.
She looked emotional being in there.
She
as
did, didn't she? And that was
well.
so nice to see as well. Like it just took me back to my childhood. Just watching Melina and Eminem and everything. She comes in, she does the splits as well. Eminem. She comes into the ring and yeah, the emotion on her face it's really heartwarming to see.
I think it was a weird sort of harbinger of what was to come because it was like a really emotional moment, crowd really into it, and then she's gone. Bye. I don't think she even got her move in,
And
just hoyed out by Sasha.
this seemed to be a theme throughout the Women's Rumble as well. So some of the divas from previous years, obviously they do get their little shots and their spots, but some of them are in and then they're out. But they put over the younger talent in a really nice way, I thought.
Kelly rocks up again, and she does her move.
Then get squashed by Tamina.
There you go. And then thanks Tamina, right?
Yeah.
Somebody decided to make her the boss hog of the Rumble.
They did.
Which I'm sure Ross was delighted about.
Oh, he was absolutely. I heard a scream throughout the evening. I was like, oh, what's that in the wind? Oh, that's Ross.
I love the fact that every so often, just I think to appease Ross, WWE just lights a little fire under Tamina. Like the Tamina train comes out of retirement a bit like the Flying Dutchman. not the Flying Dutchman, the Flying Scotsman.
The Flying Scotsman.
Flying Dutchman, I believe, was a boat, a ghost ship.
It was a ghost ship. Yeah.
Tamina is not a ghost ship. Hashtag Tamina is not a ghost ship. After Kelly, we get a few other surprises, a few other regular people coming out. Zelina Vega, early on, there was, and somebody sent this into PW Insider, Zelina Vega's outfit was a Naruto reference.
Oh, you see, I might be a weeb, but I'm not one of those weebs, as the children say on the internet. I didn't notice. I didn't know.
Well, if you are in the chat, do let us know who it was meant, because I believe the person that she was cosplaying as for the Rumble, the English actor that plays them is the new voice at the start of her song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. That's a nice way to tie it all together. That's cool if that's true.
If you know that in the chat, fire us a super chat or whatever and let us know what that is. I'd be very, very grateful. So we had some nonsense with Sonia Deville.
Now, I enjoyed this. This reminded me of Billie Kay from last year, right? She comes out, but she's still got the jacket on, Tom. As we know, she's in business mode when she's got the jacket on. No one can touch her. So she keeps the jacket on, and she's like, do you know what? I'm just going to sit it out on commentary for a little bit and see what's happening. And, it reminded me of Billie Kay. When Billie Kay came out, she was giving all the headshots to people and whatnot. She was like, but I'm going to wait until it's less cluttered in the ring, so I'll hang by commentary for a little bit. And I like this, and I liked how it all tied together with Naomi as well.
So we'd had Michelle McCool rock up and do some bits around then as well. But then Cameron made her WWE return.
She did, and this is obviously...
call her mama.
This is the thing that spurred Sonya Deville to get in. So obviously commentary are like, Cameron and Naomi, they were together, they were a tag team. And they were like, and Sonya Deville's like, oh, so if something bad happened to Cameron, then Naomi would be sad, right? So she takes the jacket off. She's in wrestling mode now. She gets in there, and she gets in it with Cameron, and then eliminates Cameron.
Just hoys Cameron out. She does. And the next entrant is Naomi.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, that's a given, right? That's going to be a given. You get Cameron out of there, of course, Naomi's going to come in.
Bosses to the ring, batters Deville, sends her flying. I'm sure that's the night done for Deville. Rhea Ripley at one point eliminates both Queen Zelina and Carmella.
Yeah.
And commentary say, Ripley's just eliminated both the women's tag champions. And I went, oh, yeah.
They are, yeah.
I forgot. My favourite return of the night happens next.
Yeah?
Right. Ivory's in.
But
it ain't your Commodore Garden Ivory. It's right to censor Ivory. Oh, yes!
So good.
She comes out cutting a promo talking about how she hoped that by now WWE would be rid of wayward women.
Yeah.
As she's cutting this promo, Ripley lifts her up, carries her across the ring, places her on the ring apron, pats her on the head, hoofs her out.
Wow.
And she's cutting the promo all the way through.
It's so good. It's so and this is what I was talking about before, is that some of these legends come in and they're only there for little tiny spots, but they really get the younger people over, and they get such a big pop when they come out as well, which is so nice to see. It keeps the energy of this match going. Even though they're not in for long, they really pick the crowd up, and I think that's what you need in a Rumble as well, where things can dip. Like the legends and stuff come in, get their little moments to shine, then they're out, and I think it's a perfect way to balance things.
You're absolutely right, because Brie Bella came out and got the crowd going.
She did.
Brie Bella got the crowd yes chanting.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Amazing. Actually, Ivory was a great one. This was a brilliant thing to see as well. Mickie James.
With the Impact title, hardcore country music as well coming out.
I got a bit goosebumpy seeing
It was
that.
weird, wasn't it?
That was
It was so
cool.
weird. I know, like, she got hoofed in the head before she got in the ring. But once she got in the ring, she was showing them all how it was done.
I was so scared that was going to be it.
Me too.
But we were. I think a lot of the eyes of wrestling were watching to see how Mickie was booked at this point because she was so badly treated on the way out.
Yeah.
And now she's back and she's representing Impact and all this stuff, and she's probably got a good bit of money to come and do this. And like we're all going, don't you dare. Do not have Michelle McCool just hoof her. Actually, her and Michelle McCool had a bit of a back and forth.
They did, didn't they?
Flashback for that old women's title feud, when they used to call her Piggy James and all that stuff. Oh,
and it was.
rubbish.
I think it was round about maybe even like the anniversary of that stuff happening as well. I
really?
think round about there. Yeah, I might be very wrong. Sorry,
I'm sure they
but
had a match around the Rumble.
Yeah.
I might be very wrong. We might be Neil Wrong of Wrongcastle by saying that. But yeah, really nice to see Mickie James coming out with being acknowledged as the Impact women's champion. I mean, it's knockouts, but that's fine.
Yeah,
you know what? We'll forgive it. Long may this relationship remain. I think it's cool to see. Summer Rae and Natalia.
Oh my God, Summer Rae! If you've not caught this on social media yet, and I didn't notice it whilst watching it, she runs down to the ring, gives a big F you to Natalia, slides in the ring, and them two just start going at it.
They just like it's like the biggest battle.
It's
it's
so
like a
good.
war that's gone on for decades. Just picks up. It's like Rock Austin in the middle of the Women's Rumble, very briefly between these two. So Summer Rae is out there. Did I miss?
So we've had Alicia Fox has come out at this point as well, which is cool to see.
Yeah, that was it, because that was I think it was not long. It was either after Summer Rae or after Mickie, where it was sort of like Alicia Fox's music hit. I'm like, oh my gosh,
another one, exactly. And this is the thing is it just kind of just keeps picking up, especially towards the final 10 as well. Like things just keep going up and up and up, and it really just like spikes around this time.
We had a Sarah Logan surprise.
Oh my God, that was so good to see, wasn't it?
It was close to being good because we had Sarah Logan come out. I dig the look of Sarah Logan.
Yeah,
like, she looks
amazing,
awesome. And she stared across the ring from Liv Morgan. They had a little emotional bit. The crowd recognised it. The crowd applauded it. They both got clattered by the Bellas.
Yep, thrown
out. Liv Morgan, I think, getting hoyed out after there's been so much behind Liv Morgan.
I would have preferred to see someone from the current roster at the moment hoy her out, and then perhaps have a storyline with someone from there, because having the Bellas do it just felt a little bit cheap, I guess, you know.
Unless the Bellas are coming back for a longer run, but I don't think they are.
I don't think they are either.
No. Mighty Molly is in the Rumble, or is she? She gets clattered by Nikki A.S.
Oh, there can only be one superhero, Tom.
This is like the Marvel versus DC comic books they did that time. You love to see. Do you know what? A good little bit. Monster heat for Nikki for this.
And that's what she needs as well. I think it's hard to get like such a heel thing behind Nikki ASH, but something like this really cements it a little bit more, this mean streak in Nikki ASH at the moment. And I think that worked really well.
I think it was. I liked it a lot. Right, and then here comes the big one. Here they come. Right late into the game. Here comes Ronda Rousey.
Whoa!
Not giving a darn about your reputation. Your thoughts on Ronda's first steps back into a WWE ring since 2018?
Exciting. However,
2018?
something didn't flow quite so well. I think we were talking about this beforehand, and I think if Ronda almost had that moment that Brock has at the end of the men's rumble, where she just dumps everybody out, kind of saves her from having to go a little bit longer, you know, to kind of save. I don't know if it was she's not been in the ring for a long time. I don't know if it was ring rust or what. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, getting back into the flow of things. But I think to protect her a little bit, you could have had her just hoist everybody out and save all the rest of it for a little bit later when she's got, you know, a little bit more. She's got the joints going again, you know. She's got the joints going. She's flowing a bit more better. But my goodness, it was honestly really, really good to see her in the ring again.
Our final four is Charlotte Flair, who's been chucking people out and getting booed all night. Bianca Belair, who has been in there for the longest, I think about 40 minutes.
Yes, yeah.
Good showing by Bianca Belair. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. We see Charlotte hoying out Belair and Baszler at the same time, because Belair's going for the KOD on Baszler, and Charlotte just goes whoop. Which brings us down to Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. and they stare at each other, and they stare at each other, and they grimace, and they and Charlotte runs at Ronda, and Ronda goes, hey!
Whee! Goes for a big boot, and she gets
See you
hoiked.
later.
See ya.
And Ronda Rousey wins the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
She stands on the ropes. She points at the sign. The sign catches fire. More on the fiery bit in a minute. I thought the right call, if you're going to have Ronda Rousey win it,
Yep.
end it with Ronda and Charlotte.
Yes.
I think had it been anybody else, I think this is good prep from WWE.
Yeah.
This, we do get on their case a little bit for booking things, for booking no-win situations, but a few times tonight they've gone, people might jump on this.
Yeah.
Unless we put some fixes in. And I think it coming down to Ronda and Charlotte is a winner, because no way is anyone going to want to see Charlotte win the Rumble. They're going to cheer Ronda out the building, and they did. So that was absolutely the right call from WWE.
Agreed.
I can also tell you that Aksana, not Asuka sadly, Aksana, Caitlyn, Jillian Hall, and Io Shirai were all backstage.
Oh wow!
As understudies, just
Okay.
in the event. I think they do. I think this is a common occurrence. I think in the event of something happening, they always bring a few extra bodies in just in case. Would love to have seen Io Shirai in there.
Oh my goodness! I think next year we're gonna see her in there.
I think so. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Great for the Women's Rumble.
So I give this one a B, Tom. I thought it was a really good Rumble match. It had a lot of energy at the start, and then it almost dipped in the middle a little bit, but then you get like the legends coming in and whatnot that pick it up again, which is, I think that's so... Like, it's such a big thing that you need in a Rumble, because it's such a long match as well. You're gonna get stretches that are a little bit, they dwindle a little bit and whatnot, but there was always something that picked it up throughout, and I really enjoyed that. I think there were lots of threads that continued or returned, like Naomi and Sonia, Lita and Mickey, Michelle McCool and Mickey as well, Nikki ASH and Rhea, and like, even as I said before, even though some of the legends were brought in very briefly, they made the younger stars look $1,000,000, and I think that's a very, very good thing to do, is just to pass that on to the next generation of stars, and that's what you want to see. And yeah, while the excitement slowed at times, I think between groups of eliminations, I think it had a lot of fun spots and a lot of standout moments. And yeah, I think it was a really good Rumble. Not the best women's Rumble, I don't think, but one of the better ones for sure.
I'm going to go with you on a B.
Yeah.
We'll go with a B. Let's say a B for the Women's Royal Rumble. Ronda off to WrestleMania. Now, apparently, what we hear from Davey Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, the plan is Ronda Charlotte at 38, Ronda Becky at 39.
Long-term storytelling.
Because what we believe is she's in for a couple of Manias.
Well, I think that was kind of the thing, is when we heard of sort of Ronda coming back, and we're like, oh, okay, maybe she's gonna go after Becky Lynch. That seems like the one people want the most. But build up to that. Build up to that, and I like that they're doing that as well.
Build me up, Buttercup. It's Cultaholic Live, looking at the Royal Rumble 2022. What did you make of it? Let's throw over to Golden Delicious Dan Heppel.
I love these nicknames. This is great for my self-confidence.
I think Golden Delicious is the one that you insisted on being called.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll give you money after the show.
That unfortunate incident.
Yeah. What were the bees?
This one was with Voles.
What?
Moving on.
You have more than one incident to your name, sucker. I'm just saying. So, what are people saying in the chat, Dan?
So, GY Goliath, thank you very much for the £10 through Super Chat.
Thank you, friend.
Loving the
GY
show.
Goliath.
Oh, thank you very much. I do apologise for the botches early on. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Tom. Another happy birthday.
It's my birthday.
Andrew, you were a top bloke.
Oh, thank
So
you,
it's your
buddy.
birthday, but Andrew's a top bloke. So, I think the hierarchy puts
I
Andrew
presume
above.
tomorrow I'll be top bloke.
Yeah, without
I
a
don't know
doubt.
whether I mentioned it. It is my birthday.
Is it your birthday tomorrow?
It is my birthday.
The only thing I love more than the Rumble is Cultaholic. So
Oh,
it's very
my
nice.
goodness. Thank you. We love you. Well done for shaving your head, by the way, GY Goliath.
Yes,
Absolutely amazing work.
GY Goliath shaved his head for charity on stream the other night. What a boy.
What an absolute boy. Raising a lot of money as well. So congrats to you, and welcome to the Egg Club. You look fantastic, by the way.
Egg Club's a strong club.
It is a very strong club. An exclusive club, but a strong one at that.
What else is going down in Chat Town?
Zandy Boy, thank you very much for the super chat. Tommy Campbell, he screams with 3 exclamation marks. I hope positively. Out of curiosity, how was Mickie James not immediately eliminated if she was on the ring apron?
Because she hadn't entered the match
You
yet.
need to get in to get over, don't you?
Yeah, you got to get over to get under.
Yeah. Yes.
No, make it up as well as down. Yeah, you've got to get in the ring officially. That's fine. We're not too worried about that.
No.
We'll let that slide.
John Notbig, thank you very much. Donated £3.73. Morning from the biggest Cultaholic fan in Alabama.
Whoa!
Wanted
I
to see
want to get a test on that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's a bold statement. We need to do a survey in Alabama first.
Want to say a huge shout out to you, Tom, for your upcoming birthday. You and Andrew have made awesome additions to the Cultaholic crew, and we hope you have a great birthday.
Thank you so
very
much.
nice.
Thank
It's my
you.
birthday tomorrow.
It's his birthday tomorrow.
Patrick Mitchell, he had a problem with both Rumbles.
Oh.
There were so many great chances for story points or face-offs that WWE chose not to do. Like how Sasha and Bianca didn't get a face-off.
Do you know what? That's a really good shout.
That
Who was
is.
it
Yeah.
that said that?
That was Patrick Mitchell.
Patrick.
Thank you very
that's
much, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. That's a really good shout because I thought we'd get a little Sasha Bianca bit like, hey,
Yeah.
you ducked me in summer, you cheeky tearaway.
I think this has been a running theme throughout the Rumbles. A lot of them, we get sort of like the either like the previous winners or some other like further down the line winners and starters and whatnot. And you get those two people together, as we'll see later on with AJ and Shinsuke. You think there's going to be something more, and there really isn't. And I don't know why they don't play on that a little bit more.
Would have been quite. I mean, it was great to see Melina. Imagine if they'd started it with Sasha and Bianca.
Oh, that would have been so good. That would have been so good.
Like they were both top. They both headlined WrestleMania last year. They're now fighting for the one spot to get there. Like that's
Storytelling.
easy storytelling.
It is.
Easy storytelling. Any more for any more?
Yeah,
Dan?
we've got a couple more. Jason Wilkinson, good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Last night wasn't my favourite Rumble, but I thought the show was fine, so gives a good idea of their grade. Give the whole show a B with some character.
Nice. B, some funny bits.
Yeah.
That's good.
CM Origins, thank you very much for the super chat. Happy 40th birthday, Tom.
Stop it!
Oh,
He's 50,
Ban
guys.
him.
He's 50, right? Remember
70?
it next
Ban
time.
you in a minute.
80.
Ban him.
Right, can we
Mods, ban him.
Can we get a happy 50th in the chat, please?
No.
Happy 50th.
Mods, right? Ban anyone that says happy 50th. Ban them all.
It's 90.
Don't,
Come on now.
Don't ban them, please. Don't ban them.
And Stephen Scordes donated $5.
Ban him.
Thank you very much. I'm giving a shout out. He's giving a shout out to me, so we're going to listen to this one.
Definitely ban him.
Shout out to Dan the Man. Thank you very much. One
You
of the
don't know what
coolest
he
guys ever. All right, I'll give you your money soon, Stephen. Thank you for that. I
Dan's
do
the coolest
appreciate
guy
that.
ever.
He is.
I said I was the coolest guy
You said
ever.
I was the coolest guy ever.
Steven.
Steven.
I think you're lying.
I'm coming for you.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Super chats coming in. We'll check on them in a little bit. Still to come, the return of Justin Tiger for a little round of Truth or Liger. If you were with us when we did this load of nonsense on Twitch, you will have seen the finest quiz round to ever grace streaming platforms, and it is back.
Ooh.
Later on, more on that in a little bit. The Raw Women's title match up next. It's Becky Lynch versus Piper Niven / Viper / Doudrop.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Just great to see Viper.
Mental. Look, that's
On
what
the
I wrote
Rumble.
on top there. It's just so good to see. Piper Niven, Piper Niven, right there at the top in the women's title picture as well. Like,
Yeah. On a premium live event.
A few months ago on NXT UK, we just wouldn't have even thought it, would we, that she'd be up there and doing all this good stuff. And granted, she might not have the name, but bless her, she's putting everything into it, I think, you know?
She certainly put everything into this match. At one point, nearly breaking Becky's ribs, it seemed like, with that senton. Whoa! It came down quite heavy on Becky. Now they were kind of up against it a little bit in this one. Because, as we'd mentioned, the WrestleMania sign caught fire.
Yeah. And not intentionally either.
Not intentionally. So a load of fans had to be moved from their seat because they thought, if the sign comes down, that's 20, 40, 60 lawsuits. So let's move them to higher seats. So that is all that admin is going on. All that fire-based admin is going on whilst Becky versus Doudrop is getting underway.
Yeah.
So they are fighting to get the crowd back. At one point, Becky in the ring is going, I started that fire.
Yeah, I set fire to the sign and whatnot and all this and that. Trying to get the eyes back on her, which she's like phenomenal in doing that. I think if the attention is taken away from her, she's very good at bringing the eyes back, I think.
I also think it was slightly handicapped, not just by a potential fire hazard. I don't think anybody thought Doudrop was winning, myself included.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you said in prediction.
No,
Did you
I
say
said
Doudrop?
Becky Lynch as well. I basically said, you know, I think Doudrop's going to put in a really good showing, and she did that as well. You know, she proved that she can go toe to toe with the big guns on the shows and everything. And one thing, like I think they clicked really well for maybe not. For two people that haven't really worked together that much before, I think they clicked really well. I think their promos backstage and segments are phenomenal. But I think if we get a few more matches between these two, I think they're gonna step it up next level.
I think, give them a little bit more time to find their own feet with each other. The finish just kind of suggests that maybe it's a one and done potentially, because after best efforts to pin Piper Niven, Doudrop proved fruitless.
Yeah.
Becky went for an avalanche manhandle slam, and if you put avalanche in front of anything, it's always more impressive, unless you're John Tenter. That was what got Becky Lynch the win in the end.
Yeah, but I like this a lot. This is something else I called in the predictions time. I was like, maybe Becky Lynch will do a manhandle slam.
Didn't you?
Mental me. I've got my crystal. I just rub my head like a crystal ball, and all the knowledge comes out. It doesn't.
Oh, little rock star.
But I think this still makes Doudrop look like a monster, because it had to take that much for Becky Lynch to put her down, because obviously she can't lift her for the manhandle slam, so this was the way to put her down, and I think that was really good. Unfortunately, obviously the crowd, I guess maybe as well with all the excitement from a Rumble, when you come off something like that, the crowd can always be a little bit tired, you know, lots of things that happen, they're just a little bit more subdued, but obviously with the sign stuff, I think you have to take that into account as well. But yeah, I don't think it was on the same level as excitement as like a Doudrop and Bianca that we've had on Raw and stuff before either. But as we were saying, I think there's potential for it to get there eventually.
Okay.
Really do think there is.
I want to put this sort of like, because it was good, it wasn't great. They worked hard, considering some mitigating circumstances. I kind of want to put this around B-.
Yeah, I was thinking like around about high C's, but I can go for a B-. I think.
B-?
Yeah, I think with louder crowd reactions, I think they would have. This would have been a far bigger deal.
That's a nice idea. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna go for B-.
minus.
A B- minus on the Raw Women's Title match between Becky Lynch and Doudrop. Lovely work. Good work had by all. It is Cultaholic Live, and we're going to cross very quickly back to our man on the inside.
That's what everybody wants to see.
He knows where the bodies are.
What?
Metaphorically.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Dan, to be fair.
I told you to keep that a secret.
Heppel, Golden Delicious Dan Heppel over there. Dan, I'm gonna put you through your paces now. You don't know I'm about to do this.
Okay, right. I'm terrified.
In the chat.
Okay.
Now, Andrew and I can't see the chat.
No.
No.
So all those people just talking about how rubbish I am, the joke's on you.
No.
I can't even see it.
No.
So what I'd like you to do in the chat is tell me where you are in the world and your favourite biscuit, and Dan is going to read as many as he can as they come in.
What?
At top speed. No pressure, Dan!
This is because of the 50th comments, isn't it? We had a few happy 50th birthdays in the chat there.
Oh,
right, here we
bless.
go. UK, Bob and Creams, Gateshead, Jaffa Cake, Grimsby, Hobnob, Australia, Tim Tam. That doesn't sound like a real thing.
No, it's like a penguin.
Vienna, Digestive. That's 2 biscuits, isn't it? Bloody hell. Milton Keynes, Fig Roll, York, Bourbon. This is the content we want. This is what we want. Belfast and Cookies, Newcastle, Jammy Dodger, Nebraska Buttermilk. How long we're going for? Watford, Gold Bob. Gold Bob, baby. Biscuit, you mean cookies? Oh, there's an argument over here. India, you got Bourbons in India. New York, Popeyes. The chicken? Buttermilk, Jaffa Cake, Mansfield.
10 more seconds.
Here we go. Fox's Biscuits. I like how the phrase that one. Newcastle, Australia, Tim Tam. Glasgow, Caramel Wafer, Poland, My Mother's Cookies, Cardiff Custard Cream, Toronto, Canada, and Oatmeal Chocolate Cookie Chip. There we go.
He's done it.
It's done.
Well done, Dan.
Well done,
And well done,
There we go.
everybody, on great biscuit
Oh, I was
choices.
muted? I'm just joking.
Anybody wants? Has anybody chatted about the Rumble?
Well,
I suppose their favourite biscuits.
I've got
Any
some
super chats that have popped in that people want to. Did anybody? I know. Obviously now the chat has got a million miles an hour, so you're going to catch up. But it might pop up as I say it. Did anybody name the Naruto character that Zelina Vega was cosplaying as in the Women's Rumble?
There was too many happy 50th birthday Toms. I couldn't say. You know. I do apologise.
There's Naruto. There's that one that's a bug.
There's maybe
like a person made up of bugs. Could be them.
All right. Well, look. Let us know if it comes up in the chat. Just generally, just
will do.
Copy it down somewhere.
Lovely.
Midora. We're getting Midora. That's not a biscuit, is it? It's right. Midora from Naruto. Madeira. Yeah, Madeira cake. The iconic Sailor Moon Naruto character.
Naruto.
Dragon Ball Z and all that jazz.
He's got it.
And all that. I'm on the zeitgeist. I know what I'm talking
You
about.
are well zeitgeist. Yeah. You are. Well, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Then we will come back unless there's more super.
We've got some super chats here.
Drop them in.
But first, I've got some beef in the chat with a Peter Quinn who keeps saying, "Who's this guy?" when it comes on to me. I wasn't pulled off the street. I do work here. I swear.
He was pulled off the street.
I mean, technically.
I'm not taking this. I'll throw hands in the chat.
That's how he got the gig.
That's how I got the gig. Yeah.
We coaxed him in with a trail of Greg sausage rolls.
It was like we have like a ring where we put people in and they fight to the death to see who gets the job at Cultaholic. That's what happens.
And that's why you want to know where the bodies were buried.
Yeah,
See, it all comes full circle. It all comes. How much does this guy weigh? Way too much. I enjoyed Christmas way too much.
Don't read them
Thomas Fellows, oh right, it's coming. It's kicking off now. It's kicking off.
Don't worry about them. Let's get to super chats.
Dynamite Dan is right. Yeah, super chats. Right. Enough about me. Back to Tom. Happy birthday, Tom, for tomorrow. You're a top bloke, and so is Andrew.
Oh, thank you so much. Tomorrow.
I don't know if I mentioned it.
I don't know if it is.
Justin Simon, thank you very much for the super chat. Just a massive disappointment on this show.
Ooh,
damn.
Both by the sounds
No.
of it. I'm guessing the Rumble. I hope. Please be the Rumble. Lesnar has to be the biggest deflation of a Rumble win ever. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. So at least he ended on a
Thank you so much.
He hopes we're doing well.
Thank you for your support.
WPW, I haven't watched WWE in a while, and watching Rumble reminded me of everything I like and everything I can't stand. Brock has no need to win a Rumble for the chance at a championship match. Yeah, because he never really gets them, does he? So yeah, he's got a point there. You know, never mentioned in the main event scene is Brock. Baron Rickett donated $5. Thank you very much. Apologise if I said your name wrong. I wish I enjoyed the Rumble, but I'm so out on the weekly shows, I just couldn't bring myself to be invested. I've seen Raw. I don't blame you.
I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people come back, don't they? Lapsed fans, people who are dedicated. It is.
My dad will normally send me a WhatsApp message saying who's winning the Rumble. Then is it the Bushwhackers?
Yes, it's very much.
Yes, it's the Bushwhackers, Captain.
Lexi, thank you very much for donating. Happy birthday, Tom. You are amazing.
Thank you, Lexi. You're amazing. You are too. It's my birthday tomorrow, isn't it?
And Patrick Mitchell is back. Thank you very much for donating again. You guys. You guys got to go get some Tim Tams. That's not how you phrase that. That's how I read. I read at a year 3 level. Yeah, get some Tim Tams.
Aren't they just like penguins?
Dan, have you never seen
Tim Tams? No.
I'm sure it's just a penguin, right?
It's like a penguin on steroids.
Yeah.
They're the best.
They are amazing.
They do really well in a cup of tea. Oh, you can dunk them.
Have you ever bitten the end off like a Tim Tam or a penguin? Like both ends, put it into a cup of tea and then just like a straw. Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. It's like telling you now. Straw. Yeah.
This is the Royal Rumble.
you won't know it.
No, let's just talk about biscuits instead. No, the Twix thing I have definitely done before. As you can tell. The WWE Championship on the line next.
Woo!
It is Brock Lesnar defending it against Bobby Lashley. Can we give an A++ to the video package at the beginning of this?
I'm telling you now, Tom. I was like, this is going on a little bit though. It was like 10 minutes long, the video package, but it did a very good job of building them both up, which was nice.
But I just like how deep it went.
Yeah.
Goss, come on, wake up. WTF moments later, by the way, on the YouTube channel with this boy
Handsome
here, with
devil.
Rossi Drip Drip. It was a long one.
It was.
Because it was like he grew up in the middle of a cornfield in Minnesota. He was raised by panthers in the middle of a school gym where he became the greatest indoor fighter ever. And they've always missed each other because the one catches the number 6 bus and the number catches the number 8. But tonight these two have never met.
Whoa!
Please welcome Reeves and Mortimer. So it was. I like the build to this. WWE don't have many first time ever big marquee matches. So it was nice that we had one here.
And one that's been building for so long as well. I remember being a wee nipper, as they call them, back in the day, like around 2006 and whatnot, and being like, my God, if Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley went at it, what a match that would be.
Oh, wrestling, right?
Oh, wrestling, not just kissing. No. Careful now. YouTube. Can't have that on YouTube. Nice.
I thought they were going to at one point. Got very intense. So the match gets underway and it starts hot.
It starts so hot, Tom.
Yes.
That it's time, Dan, for my big beefy bussing moment. Hit the music.
It's time for my big beefy bussing moment.
There we go. Yeah, was out of sync. I don't even know, but it's done. When Bobby Lashley gives a German suplex to Brock Lesnar, Tom, my goodness, my heart was in my mouth because Bobby Lashley sent Brock Lesnar halfway across the ring and made him land on the back of his neck. Like, it was insane. And that, to me, solidified Bobby Lashley as a threat to Brock Lesnar right there.
I like how the tide turned in the match from there because kind of Brock's been joking about Bobby Lashley and the match is like, oh, Bobby who? Never heard of you. and he's quite jovial as Brock in this match until the big biffy bussy moment German suplex. And at that point Brock is like,
oh,
all right.
Yeah,
big
it's
boy.
time to go. Oh, big boy.
It's like a little sort of moment of realization.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're on. And then from here, they just clatter one another.
That is all it is. Like, and I think this match is what it needed to be. In that it was never going to be a technical. It was never going to be a technical spectacle. It was just going to be two big beefy boys, absolutely just battering each other. Suplexes, collar and elbow tie-ups, sets of strength, just absolutely charging at one another. And for like a match that's never happened before, I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Looked like at one point Brock had the advantage when he dodged a spear into the barricade.
Yep.
Lashley came back from that, put Brock in the hurt lock for a good long time. Referee got knocked about.
Yep.
It got bonked during an F5. And with the referee down, the camera is very close to Brock Lesnar's face, which makes us all go, who's doing a run-in?
Yes.
Oh, I wonder who. Here is Roman Reigns with a big old spear to Brock Lesnar. He stares down Paul Heyman, who is clutching the WWE Championship. And Roman Reigns just puts his hand out as if to say, give it here. And Paul Heyman, just almost emotionless to begin with, just hands him
There you go.
And the crowd reaction was akin to the crowd reaction of a foul in the box at the Hawthorns during a Baggies game. It was just like, oh! It was just a big big gasp from the crowd because that was the turn. We kind of knew we were getting to it.
Yeah,
that was the turn. And then we see Roman bop Brock with the belt.
Yeah.
What did you think about? And this is us because we're getting into the nitty and all the gritty.
We are.
What did we think of Roman Reigns just tossing the WWE title to the floor?
I think that's a good bit of storytelling in that belt doesn't matter anymore. The one that he's holding is the one that matters the most.
Yeah.
And I do very much like that because obviously I think we're all accustomed to the WWE Championship being the big one and the one that everybody should care about. However, I think now with Roman Reigns' reign, that's good. With Roman Reigns' reign as Universal Champion for as long as it's been, I think he's put a lot of prestige back on that belt, and I like him just being like, nah, none of this is inside my bubble. You're not on my level unless you're inside this Universal Championship bubble, and I kind of quite like that.
That's cool. I like how you think about that. Roman, after clocking Brock Lesnar leaves with Paul Heyman in tow. The fix is in. It was a setup all along.
Damn.
Bobby covers Brock. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley, a 2-time WWE champion now.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know what, fine with that.
I'm fine with it as well. I'm fine with it too. I've got some notes and some things. Obviously, it's fantastic to see Bobby Lashley as WWE champion again, because I think when he held the belt, he was a very good champion, and his matches that he had were very, very good. I think it elevated Bobby to a status that he's needed to be in for a very long time. However, and this is where I'm on the fence, is that I feel like with the Roman Seth match being first, I think a lot of us, or at least a lot of us in the office, were talking about Brock Lesnar coming out in this match and Roman Reigns coming out in this match and costing Brock Lesnar the title. And it happened, and it did seem very predictable. But you know, we're trying to set up WrestleMania here, and it makes sense for that. However, I'll elaborate a little bit more when we get to the men's rumble, because I think it could have been done in a much more interesting way.
What did we think grade-wise for the title match?
I give it, I think, about a B minus. B, what are you thinking?
I'm happy with a B. I thought the stuff they did was beefy and aggressive.
Yeah.
And, you know, not a technical spectacle wallet and watch by any means, but certainly, you know, like just what we kind of wanted it to be, just 10 minutes of these two clattering each other. I think Bobby comes out of this not looking too weak. You know, he had Brock in the Hurt Lock for a good long while. And
that German super, I think that was the thing where it was like, oh no, yeah, he can go toe to toe with Brock Lesnar, because a lot of people who go up against Brock, you're like, he's not gonna win, is he?
Yeah.
But then Bobby comes in and actually, like, he really proves himself in this match, and that's what you need, I think, especially when you're kind of like a monster and a WWE champion now. I think you need that kind of elevation to really put that status on Bobby Lashley, and I think Brock did a very good job. Even though, yes, Roman Reigns might have come in, clocked in with the belt, I think, Bobby still looks very strong in this, I thought.
Cultaholic Live, talking about Royal Rumble 2020. Let's cross live to West Jesmond's Most Wanted. That is, of course, Dan Heppel, banned from the Tyne-Wear Metro for at least 6 months, providing he can keep his trousers on.
I told him to get off the Metro.
Oh my God!
Because you're wearing shorts.
Yes.
And the weather wasn't appropriate for it.
With a hole cut out in the crotch. But, you know, apparently that's not allowed. Cancel culture this day is ridiculous. I'm telling you, honestly. You know what I mean?
You'll get arrested.
Yeah, this is my last show ever, by the way.
It's been great to see you. Hey, I've heard that Justin Tiger's plane has landed.
Oh, I don't.
So in a bit, after we talk about the next match, I hear we're going to get a bit of truth or liger. Is that true? You're the guy who's connected to him.
He's a totally different person to me.
I never said he was the same person.
Have you ever seen me and him in the same room? We'll have to see. I'm sure he's around.
Have we had any stupendous chats?
We've had a couple. A lot in the YouTube chat just saying they don't think that the Universal title has any prestige at all.
Oh, wow.
Roman Reigns has had it for like 5 years.
I
think it's the most prestigious, almost as prestigious as Joe Hendry.
I think a couple of comments, just the look of it, the bright blue. Like, I kind of agree, to be honest. Like,
so is it an aesthetic thing that people are taking umbrage?
Possibly, possibly. They haven't elaborated, but I think just a couple of calling it the blue belt, so, you know, it sounds a bit, you know.
Do we think it would be better if it was a more traditional sort of leather hide coloured belt with like a hint of blue?
I think that.
So like maybe make the shading of the WWE logo blue. I think it needs a hint.
Because I think it's the other way around, because we've seen the WWE Championship just flip-flop for so many years now, between people holding it for like literally just a month or two and then it going back to someone else and whatnot. Like, whereas Roman Reigns has held it, and I think when the person finally beats him for it, I think that's really going to make a huge star out of them. And that's my reasoning for why I think he's put prestige back into the belt at least.
And also, you're right. And also, I don't think that we should base aesthetic on prestige, because bear in mind that CM Punk's amazing WWE title reign, he had that spinner belt all the way through. You know,
he loved it.
I quite like the spinner belt.
Do you know what? I love it too. But a lot of people get grumpy about it.
They do,
because it spins. I like the fact that it spins. I like, you know, because I'm a proud owner of a fidget spinner. I think if I was WWE champion, because I don't, as you may have guessed, watching these, I never quite know what to do with my hands at all times. I think if I was WWE champion, I'd be worse to do promos with, because I'd just be.
Constantly just spinning it.
I hear what you're saying, Earthquake, but can't have a shot at this. Any other super chats and chats? What else are people saying?
Yeah, Patrick again. Thank you very much. My problem was the ending was purely for Roman versus Brock.
Yeah.
Didn't really help put over Bobby Lashley. It kind of pushed him to the sidelines. In the Eddie match, he hit the frog splash, so there was more of an ending for him. Give him something to do, I guess.
Yeah, that's you know what? Good. That's a really good comparison to draw. That is.
Yeah.
The Eddie Brock match, like Eddie beating Brock with the help of Goldberg.
Yeah.
We need to get Patrick Mitchell on the show.
do.
He's
He
dropping
knows his
knowledge
stuff.
bombs. Yeah, he's really good.
Thank you, Patrick.
You can have my job, Patrick. You'd be much better at it.
When the police catch up with Dan.
Yeah. My days are numbered, Patrick. I need you now. G Comment says, hello Andrew and Tom, your rays of wrestling sunshine. Greetings from Toronto, Canada.
Thank you so much.
Going
Thank
to the
you
British
so much.
import shop today. What snacks should I try? So have you got any
Ooh.
recommendations?
British. So if it's a British sweet shop or like a snack shop, Monster Munch.
I was going to
that's
say
that's
knickknacks. I love knickknacks, me. Can't go wrong with
Which
knickknacks.
flavour knick-knack?
I like the ribbon saucy ones. They're my favourites.
I think any kind of like crisps that blow your head off
Yeah.
in a nice way are. I don't know how well they do overseas. Like Monster Munch is a weird one to explain.
They're so they've got so much flavour though. You know, sometimes you get a crisp that's not got really like enough flavour dust on them, Tom.
Yes.
And you want that pungency when it goes into your mouth. You want to be like, oh my god, I've just chomped on a field full of onions here.
Yeah, it's the onions, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you tell quite a few people the best crisps, pickled onion flavour. Yeah, exactly. We all go, but people who don't know are like, what onion flavoured crisps? No. The pickling of the onion presents a very different dichotomy. I'd highly recommend you get some Monster Munch.
What would you go for dessert? You got a main there. What's your dessert?
Dessert. Oh, so just like a sweet.
Yeah, like if you had to go for a biscuit or a...
I wonder whether we just start them low and tell them to get a dairy milk because I'm gonna
Chocolate's different, right?
right, America, right?
But it's Canada. Is Canada different?
America
Are they the
and
same as
Canada,
us?
right?
Oh,
It's America
they're the
and
same.
Canada. I think Canada get it a little bit more than America do.
Right.
Especially, this is mainly to America, right? Hershey, it's a bit rubbish.
Whisper Gold. Get a Whisper Gold down you.
There you go.
And according to Rob Palmer, Steve-O from Jackass loves pickled onion Monster Munch.
Yes.
So I don't know if he's got the inside info there, but Jackass, Royal Rumble,
He's just been
it's
watching
all
this.
Let's do a news video stat.
Yeah, get on it. Inside source, brilliant. Thank you very much. And the last one from Ewan, they should bring back the World Heavyweight title, which I agree. I think
yeah.
I liked
it
that.
looked
Me
too
too.
nice, though. I think it overshadowed the WWE one. I think that's why they might have give it the boot.
I think that they're so against the idea of acknowledging sort of some elements of history.
Yeah.
With WWE, like they don't even put numbers on WrestleMania anymore.
No.
Like I doubt they would. Like if they're going to bring back, they would never bring back the World Heavyweight title. You know, because there's too much marketing to be made from having.
It's time for
all
now.
that stuff and. But I do agree. I love.
me too.
I love the World Heavyweight Championship, like the old WCW Big Gold Belt, as it would better known. We move on to the It Couple versus the Grit Couple. It is Miz and Maryse versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. Early advantage in this to Miz and Maryse. Edge getting a hot tag to Beth, who puts a beating on Maryse. And she even gives Miz a bit of a kick in as well.
She
in
does.
this one.
She does. I like this quite a bit because whilst we don't get a lot of Maryse and Edge moments, we get quite a few. Beth Phoenix and Miz moments, and I like that.
I feel like that was always what we were going to get.
Yeah.
Just those moments where Edge beats up Miz and moments where Beth gives Miz a shoe-in, including a bit where Beth hits a powerbomb
Oh my
onto
goodness!
Miz. which is a
Followed
nice
up by
bit.
a nice elbow drop from Edge as well, which looked really good. Shades of Macho Man right there, I tell thee.
It's very Macho Man-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? We saw Beth get the brick-laden purse to the face again, but this time it was a 2 count.
It was. She got out of it.
She managed
got out
to
of
avoid it. So match sort of carries on from there. We end basically. It kind of rumbles on. I don't think this was the most exciting match of the night.
I agree.
But the finish is quite nice because it honours Beth Phoenix because Edge and Beth hit stereo glam
Slams, yeah, for the 1, 2, 3.
It's a nice little finish.
Yes.
That's really there is. I mean, it was just what it
that
was.
was pretty much it.
There was a lot
wasn't
of standout moments other than that in this one. In my honest opinion.
I felt like it was almost the main event to a SmackDown or Raw. It didn't quite feel like it hit that next level. There was something, it kind of plodded along right until the end. And then when the end hit, we picked up. But really, I don't know what this ultimately led to. This is kind of it.
I feel like that is it. I feel like
it
was just like a program for Edge at the Rumble.
And this is the thing as well. And again, I was talking to you about this before. It's very hard and it's unfair to compare Edge's
We're still talking about wrestling,
Rumble.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So Edge in 2020 obviously phenomenal because that's when he came back and had a fantastic showing. 2021 won the Rumble from the beginning, and that was another incredible moment as well. And to me, and this might be unfair of me putting this onto the Royal Rumble now, but the Royal Rumble almost feels like Edge's pay-per-view now. Like you kind of almost expect Edge to do something phenomenal at this pay-per-view, and to me, unfortunately, that it wasn't this match.
It
fell
good.
a bit flat.
You said it was like a Raw main event. I would say it felt like a live event main event.
Wow.
And again, it was fine. Like if I went to a house show in South Shields or Whitley Bay Ice Rink, and that was the main event, I'd go home happy. I don't know whether it was as up to par as I think only because the standards are so high for Beth, for Edge, for Miz and such. It was fine. So I don't want to bury it any deeper than a C.
C plus. I gave it.
Let's go C plus.
Yeah,
C plus.
Served its purpose.
It served a purpose. And it'll move on to there. We have the main event to come, but some may tell you that the main event is right now, as it is once again time, as I believe yes, I can see him arriving now. He is at great expense flown to us from Japan for a quiz game like no other. Please welcome Justin Tiger for a game of Truth or Liger.
One of these things isn't true. Not true. Is it truth or liger? Liger. Now is it truth or liger? Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. And is he? There it is! Justin Liger! Tiger!
Booyaka, booyaka, 118, 118.
Justin Tiger is back with us on Cultaholic Live. Justin, Happy New Year to you, sir.
Hey, what? I can't believe.
It's already good. So, Justin, are you all right there? How was your flight here?
Good. Aye, Connie.
Are you right? You seem like you're struggling a little bit there.
Just the old mask, you know, getting on.
Did you not find that in the 400 years of career that you had, the mask got any easier to put on, or
in Korea?
Korea.
Korea. Oh, Korea. Yeah, Korea. Oh, right.
In Korea and other countries, obviously.
Yeah, with that, right? Yeah.
And of course, Justin Tiger drinking his alcohol of choice, which is a cider.
Wow! Oh my goodness!
Japanese
cider.
energy drink. Japanese energy.
I don't know, Justin, whether it is an energy drink.
I think that might be.
It gives me energy anyway, eh? Happy New Year, eh? New Year somewhere. New Year somewhere.
Tiger, if you're having a good New Year, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So Justin Tiger is going to give us a game of True or False, or Truth or Liger, based on the Royal Rumble. What questions have we? What's the theme of the questions, Justin Tiger?
I don't know. I didn't read.
Is it anything to do with the Royal Rumble? Is it?
One second.
Okay,
talk amongst yourselves in the chat.
Just
one
check
second.
your- check your
All right.
notes.
Royal family. Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
so-
one second. I'll delete the Prince Andrew one. There we go. That one's out. Can't be having that one. Yeah.
Good morning, Ofcom.
Yeah. Allegedly. Don't cancel it.
Yeah,
Don't cancel it.
allegedly.
Please. This is the only job I have left. Please. Sack that other lad. That other lad's been pressing buttons. He put beefy moment on when you were talking. Right in the middle. You're talking. Beefy moment, you know?
Is everything all right at home, Justin?
No, it's not great.
So, Justin Tiger has, because it's the Royal Rumble, they are royal themed.
That's so good.
Aye.
So, we've got to say whether it's true or whether it's false, I believe.
I guess so, aye. Sounds good to me. I get paid either way, Bonnie lad.
Oh wow!
That Japanese greeting, bonny lad.
We are ready, bonny lad.
Bonny lad. Here we go. Are you ready? Have you got your buzzers at the ready?
Born ready, mate.
Born ready.
What we're playing for?
We are playing for the house.
For the house.
Just
For
the
pride.
house.
We're playing for pride. Play at home. Do it at home. Do it at home. Do it yourself. Don't tell me. Do it yourself. Play at home. Here we go. Don't forget super chats. If you want Justin Tiger to talk to you on your chats, just send super chats. Here we go. Question 1. Well, I need a drink once then. Oh, I've got the mask on. Here we go. Question 1. He's ready at home. Here we go. Queen Victoria, right, had underpants, right, that played the national anthem when she went to the toilet.
Okay.
Underpants, right?
All right.
That
So
played the national anthem when she went to the toilet. Play at home. True or false?
truth or liger?
That's so bizarre that I'm going to say truth for that one.
I'm gonna say you're lying. I'm gonna say liger.
Ooh. Well, we got the home. True, liger. True. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't work really if I just say it out loud.
It's a mixed bag.
It was true.
Oh!
It was true. It was a bustle fitted with a music box that played God Save the Queen every time she sat down.
Nice.
By the Sex Pistols, right? That's the Queen.
Yeah, in Queen Victoria times, the Sex Pistols were definitely around. Where you get this kid, you know what I mean? Sack him, get me on there. Hashtag Justin for table, Andrew for whatever this job is. Get in behind desk.
I love this part where I just feel like I'm in a fever dream.
It's so weird.
Beefy bussin' more. What the No wonder this bloody channel's going downhill. You know what I mean? Well, ladies and viewers, look at this. The viewers are tumbling. It's not me. It's not me. Viewers are tumbling. Here we go.
Okay, go for
Here we
it.
go. Question 2.
Question 2.
Edward III once went to a fancy dress party dressed as a badger.
Now, I've got you sucker. That's false. I'm gonna say liger on that.
He's so confident that it's a lie that I'm going to say it's a lie.
Was liger.
Yay!
It was a pheasant.
It was a pheasant. He went dressed as a pheasant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't know why I know that. I just do.
I'm just going to stop you there. There's Peter Quinn in the chat. Says I'm not even funny.
Nah, man. Don't,
We
don't
need to start
listen,
drop
don't
kicking
listen,
these
don't listen,
kids.
don't listen.
You know what I mean? I don't stand for this. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't
I
stand.
flew all the way from Japan, right?
Oh yeah.
This is a native Japanese accent you're in right now. I didn't come out of here. We disrespected like this.
The metro goes Broccoli
That metro,
wins,
yeah, bloody
Heworth, Tokyo.
Tokyo,
Japan.
yeah.
Bullet train.
Bullet train. Here we go. Question 3.
Bullet
What am I doing
metro.
with my life? Here we go. Question 3. George I claimed he owned all the pigeon droppings. So if a pigeon did a dropping, he claimed that he owned it. It was his possession.
Which king?
George I, not the one now, not the kid.
No, okay, but
George
George
the
the First.
George the First.
Okay. All the right, I'm gonna go true.
I'm going to go lie. That's a lot of pigeon poo.
Say
It
true.
was. I've lost my place. One second. It's a pause for dramatic tension. Have none of you been a part of a production before? Here we go.
Monkel's made this look easy.
Can we get a drum roll in the chat? Just smash your keyboard with your head,
Barry
and
I'll
I'll
make
make it
this quiz show
remember.
like look
Here we
easy,
go.
didn't he?
He did.
It was the truth
Yes!
because it contained potassium nitrate that they used to make gunpowder.
No
you go.
way.
Right. So when he went to cap some fools, it was pigeon dropping.
Because George the First was keen to bust a cap in your ass.
Yeah. I'm great at history, me.
All right.
Great at history.
So we're tied now.
We are
We're
tied.
tied. Okay.
Here we
cool.
go. Question 4. Elizabeth I would make models of her friends out of gingerbread. What a sad little life, Jane.
Oh, I feel like that would be something that she would do.
Here we go.
I'm going truth.
I'm gonna go truth as well, just to be sure that we get to a tiebreaker. If needed, I'm gonna say true.
True?
Yeah.
It was true!
Yay!
She would make it out of gingerbread. There we go.
Nice. Fun factoid as well.
What's the scores on the doors? Because I haven't been
Okay,
paying
it's
attention.
a tie.
It's a tie.
A tiebreaker.
It's a tie.
We've got a bron breaker.
If you want a tiebreaker, give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
You want a tiebreaker? Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
You want a tiebreaker? Send the money to my PayPal account on your screen right now. These plane tickets aren't cheap. Right, here we go.
Justin Tiger, your hilarious Japanese wrestler name, which is your first name, the last 4 digits on your card, and the 3 numbers on the back.
And if you're below the age of 18, steal it from your parents. That's right, steal it from your parents. I have to say by law that the owners of Cultaholic did not endorse me to do that, but me, as an independent contractor, said steal all the money round. Steal it.
Gone rogue.
Here we go.
What's happening?
Tiebreaker, last round.
Just a
last
tiger
round.
breaker.
Tiger breaker. That's bad. Yeah, clever you. Here we go. Henry VIII once faced the King of France in a wrestling match.
That's true.
I'm saying a lie.
Here we go. It is true!
Yeah!
Rule Britannia! Oh, France won. France
won.
Oh.
I feel bad because we did a wrestling curiosity special on the podcast.
Oh, you got
All
me.
about
You got me.
Battle of the Field of Gold. It was the real thing.
So
Wow.
congratulations, Tom.
Yeah!
Well done, Tom. It's his birthday tomorrow.
It's my birthday tomorrow, so that is a victory.
There you go.
A victory is mine. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Justin Tiger!
Oh!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Oh, how great to see you, Justin Tiger. Safe travels back to...
Hang on, I can't find buttons. 1 second. I can't find button.
You can do it, I believe
Go on,
in you.
you
Where's
can
that Bonnie
When he
Larding
presses
cat?
that button, he will...
Here we go.
Justin Tiger.
Woo!
Oh, it's beefy! I've got the beef on! I've got the... Don't get the beef up! There we go. There we go.
Beef on.
Why does the beef keep coming on? Beef, come on. Justin Tiger, everybody. Well done.
Justin
Beautiful.
Tiger. Well done, Justin Tiger. Thank you so much for gracing us with
Beautiful.
your presence.
We come to our main event, although some would say that was the main event, but
It
we come
was.
to our main event of the Royal Rumble. It's the men's Rumble match. Kicking off with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh.
My heart rose, as did the bile in my stomach.
Yep.
At the thought of AJ and Nakamura starting at 1 and 2 and ending at 1 and 2.
I wanted nothing more
Wanted that.
than for that to happen. And
Wanted that.
again, there just wasn't. There was something. I'm really glad that we got to see them back together again and have a little something, because it's been a long time since we've seen them do something, I think, together. And do you know what? They started off all right. I think I enjoyed the interactions between the two. I thought it was pretty good. And then, you know, when we get Theory coming out at number 3, and both of them kind of like go after Theory, which I kind of like as well. You know, trying to get him out. I thought that worked really well. However, there was story between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura that didn't get harkened on, and something hurt me with that, Tom. Something hurt me there. What about you?
It was Nakamura was one of the early eliminations, and it was in such a half-hearted, half-witted way. It was just like he was on the apron, he got a kick by AJ, which I thought he'd just sort of absorb and get back into the ring from,
Yes.
but no, just gone.
Yeah.
Even Pat McAfee was like, "Oh, Nakamura's gone.
He's gone.
Like the Intercontinental Champion just gone with not much of a fanfare." There was a nice bit before that though, when Bobby Roode got in.
Yeah.
It's the most I've cared about Bobby Roode since he came out of Glorious. So Bobby Roode gets in the ring, stands across the ring from AJ. They're like, "Hey, we've done this before." Crowd start chanting TNA.
They do.
Like,
that was really nice to see.
And that memory, that callback is rewarded with Bobby Roode being hauled out almost immediately.
Bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye, Felicia. Pretty standard Rumble.
Yeah.
For the majority of this, it wasn't as laden with the surprises as the women's one, and as we talk about this Rumble, it's not about the surprises. I know a few people will go, "Oh, well, you complained there wasn't enough surprises." No, there wasn't. The issue that we had with this Rumble, I think, wasn't the lack of surprises.
No,
because the people we'll talk about the people that did turn out. The first surprise really is Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. It's a surprise.
Not really a surprise, but
it was a surprise in terms of like what he did.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my. Like, and this is another thing as well, Tom. I guess with this Rumble is a lot of people don't often last very long when they come out. It's a weird thing, and when they do get eliminated, it's very anticlimactic almost. This might have just been me and my brain going off thinking there's going to be something special, right? Some sort of jackass special that Johnny Knoxville's in here, and he comes in He kind of like points to the WrestleMania sign and stuff. The wrestlers take umbrage with that and start pounding on him. Don't take that out of context. AJ Styles does like the stiffest clothesline to him and full on like bonks him, lays him out. And then, you know, it's not long before he's plonked onto the apron. Sami Zayn comes flying in with a haluva kick and takes his head off. Like, oh my goodness. He's got to be careful with that dome of his.
Oh, he's been living out of throwing himself off stupid things and doing stupid things. He looked, fair play to Knoxville, who rolled into the ring, did a double leg takedown on Sami Zayn, and then dropped an elbow, and then pointed at the sign. That was good.
Yeah.
It was a good bit. Yeah, he took, as you say, some battering from AJ, and then he was gone. Jackass Forever in cinemas soon. Omos got to be the monster of the ball here, due to a lack of other monsters, most being sacked or in AEW now. And Omos was, for a while, just like swatting everybody away.
Yeah, the Street Profits went out with ease. I thought Tez was going to be a shoo-in for lasting very long, but unfortunately he didn't.
They ended up everybody teaming up together. Couldn't quite get him over until Dominic Mysterio hit the ring. And I don't know, I just thought Dominic ran out. If I was Dominic, I'd have stopped outside the ring, grabbed his arm.
Literally what I was thinking, but Dom slides in, and then it feels like AJ goes, okay, there's a little bit more manpower now, so AJ runs back, bounces off the ropes, jumps into the group of people, and then Omos is gone.
And then he's away. So the monster is now out of the Rumble. Just again, it just sort of mills along from here. Rick Boogs. I don't know whether I just don't pay as much attention to SmackDown as I should. What is
a Rick Boogs, everybody?
Now, what is a Rick Boogs? No, last time I saw Rick Boogs, it was Rick Boogs, and he had the dungarees on, and he was thrashing the guitar. Came out with Nakamura. He would look like a flipping vaudeville wrestler at this point. Like,
he was just guerrilla pressing, military pressing everybody, just doing all this.
Just standing there and flexing.
Throwing them out.
Like he had default moveset 2 in 2K19.
I like that.
Pose. Why did they strip all the charisma of Rick Boogs?
I don't know. Just something was so lacking. And it was another odd decision in terms of, you didn't have him and Shinsuke in the ring doing much together, at all. Also, I think there's other people that could have potentially deserved that spot a little bit more than
Finn Balor says hi.
Finn Balor, absolutely,
wasn't in the Rumble, by the way.
He wasn't at all, which was so strange.
I think he's fine. There's just nothing for him.
They've
got nothing for him, but Boogs.
And then another thing is as well, I thought maybe bring in some of the NXT people that they want to build up a little bit more as well. That might have been a little bit better to do rather than just bring Rick Boogs in for whatever reason.
Braun Breaker and Gunter were there.
Why weren't they there though? That was the thing. You could have had some kind of monster off between him and Gunter and Omos or something. Could you imagine something like that would have been really interesting to see?
It would have been really cool.
And that is something that we needed in this Rumble as well, because it dwindles until we get to the end.
Drew McIntyre makes a surprise return.
Yes.
Just before this happens, though, AJ Styles, who's been in since number 1, at this point I'm thinking, maybe AJ will go all the way. That's cool. No, just eliminated by Madcap Moss.
Yep. It's underwhelming eliminations throughout.
So underwhelming. Like Corbin hits him with a move, and then Moss goes,
Yep.
What? Really? Is that okay? Drew is back. Surprise return for Drew Mac. So Corbin and Moss. The story I think here was that Corbin and Moss would dominate in the Rumble. I think that's the story they wanted to tell us. Was it the story I was invested in? Nah.
No.
But fair play, that's the story they were telling.
Yeah.
Drew comes in, sends them both packing, then batters them with steel steps. He gets into a fight with Kevin Owens as he's coming out.
Yeah, he does. I quite like that about Drew. There's some sort of aggression behind him now coming back. I liked that. I think Drew needs a little bit of spicing up now that he's come back. I think he was getting slightly one note. Towards before he unfortunately got injured. But now that he's come back, I hope there's something's real lit a fire inside him. And
yeah, he certainly needs something new to focus on. Maybe a heel turn.
Yes, I'm thinking that as well. And I think that could really do wonders for him at the moment too.
Kofi Kingston.
Oh, Tom, don't.
As you said, there were moments where there were embers flicking in this match. And then it would just go a bit quiet.
Yes.
Kofi came in and really kind of was going to give it a little bit of oomph. He ends up on the apron to a springboard. Kevin knocks him off the apron, and he grabs the barricade like he's going to do some crazy moves to get back in the ring.
Yep.
His feet hit the floor.
He's the Royal Rumble highlight reel, Tom. This is something we expect like all the time now, don't we? We expect Kofi to pull out some mad way to get back in the ring. It falls short this time. Kevin pushes him. He goes to grab the barricade, but his feet touch the floor. The cameras even focus on this as well. We get a slow motion shot of his 2 feet hitting the floor, and he's gone. He's in there for what, like a minute, if that, and that's it.
From what I gather, it was a bit of an audible that was called because he was meant to obviously not have his feet hit the floor.
Yeah.
But then they realised quite a few people have seen it, so we should probably just say he's out.
Yeah.
So they did, and that was Kofi put on Twitter. I think he just put whoops.
It just takes and from there, I think it really takes the wind out of the sails.
Yeah, and also by this point, like it's been a real mid-cardy Rumble.
Yeah.
Like there's been nothing really, like no one's come in that's really like spice things up. Like I thought, my initial thought by watching this was, okay, AJ Styles going to go all the way, and then he kind of unceremoniously got dumped out, and a few other people came and went. Big E came in, and do you know what? I feel like, I don't know whether he's just like looking focused or not. Big E looked a bit sad.
He did, didn't he? And I think
he looked a bit sad because he's just been moved to SmackDown now.
That's fair play. You know, I think it's well within his right to feel sad because obviously the WWE title run didn't go the way that he maybe hoped it would, and now he's back on SmackDown now. Like I thought it was a given that we'd get Bobby and Big E at WrestleMania. Who knows what can happen from now till then? But now with Big E on SmackDown, it makes things not look as certain for Big E, I think, at the moment.
But I do wonder with this match, though, whether or not he had stuff planned with Kofi that all of a sudden is like, well, that's all out the window, so we're going to have to call this on the fly a little bit. And maybe.
Again, like, just an elimination, just another elimination, nothing really made of it. He just gets thrown out. And that's the thing with a lot of the eliminations in this Rumble as well. Like, the camera either doesn't focus on it to make it look like something that should mean something, or it's just a throwaway thing.
Yeah. It's a strange one. But all through this, it's all been very mid-cardy, and there hasn't really been many surprises other than Drew. So they chuck some surprises our way, Andrew.
Very, very close towards the end. At number 27, we get Bad Bunny, who comes out to a huge pop. He comes out, he does a huge crossbody on Sheamus, Hurricane Rana on Kevin Owens, and then, oh my God, Tom, it's what we've been waiting for since WrestleMania last year, a Canadian Destroyer on Matt Riddle, or just Riddle, and it was, oh my, he pulls them off so perfectly, and they sell really well for him too. Like, in a match that is dwindling, Bad Bunny is just that little shot of adrenaline that this match desperately needs at this point.
It really did, to be fair to him. They kind of spoilt it earlier in the day because not only was there photos of Bad Bunny and Undertaker having a chat backstage, but as people were arriving and going past the merch stand, there was Bad Bunny Royal Rumble merch.
There you go, then.
Like, come on!
The surprises are a part of it, aren't they? That's something we always look forward to in a Rumble. And to have that spoiled, that kind of sucks.
Don't worry, because the surprises keep on coming. Shane McMahon. Because apparently this year's Rumble is that bit you do on 2K19 where you don't change the characters. And it's just whoever the game throws at you.
Yes.
Shane McMahon, who was sweating
already
within 30 seconds.
Insane.
It's like he'd been in since number one.
I don't understand. And he gets.
It's obviously got an issue. It's obviously like a.
I think so. Yeah.
Like a thyroid issue.
Yeah, but like he comes in, he gets a huge pop too. But like, you know, he doesn't really do so much in the match. It kind of seems again just like they put someone in there just for the sake of it, rather than give someone an actual spot, which hurts. And
it's at the expense again of a Rey Mysterio elimination.
Yes.
I feel like the Rumble seems to always miss Rey getting eliminated.
Yeah. You know, like we missed Dominic as well getting eliminated.
Like
you know, Dominic's a taller boy. You can probably spot that he's about to go, but Rey, he's a little. I can see why. He was a little boy, but yeah, it's very weird. The camera angles and such. They also add a lot to the dynamics of a Rumble, and I think they failed quite a few times throughout this one with the angles and stuff.
Cameras caught Shane McMahon eliminating Kevin Owens, though, as a special thank you for re-signing with the company.
Yay.
Here's Shane to eliminate you from the Rumble. Randy Orton getting the hometown pop at number 29.
Really good to see.
At this point, there was two schools of thought in my head, one which we'll get to in a second, but this I thought, maybe Orton?
Yeah.
And not even in like an excited way. Just like
maybe
Orton.
Because again, he was someone that also, I think, at the moment in WWE kind of brings the excitement. People really like the stuff that he and Riddle do with the Alpha Academy. And maybe, get that huge hometown pop, win the Rumble. Maybe that would have been a thing, but it was not, Tom. It was not.
It was not, because number 30 is Brock Lesnar. Now, I think about 10 minutes before this, seeing how mid-cardy this Rumble was, I was of the mindset of, just get Brock out here just chuck everyone out. Just to etch-a-sketch this Rumble. Yeah. Because that was how sort of low on talent, low on like big names we were really in this Rumble. Yeah. So out comes Brock, Orton, boom, gone, Riddle, gone, Bad Bunny. Okay, right, final four of this Rumble... Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Shane McMahon, and Bad Bunny. That's your final four. Yeah. Then, now, forever.
That's mental to even think about, isn't it? That those were the final four. Usually, we're so excited for a final four. And granted, it's unexpected, but possibly not in the way that we really wanted it to be.
Anyway, it comes down to Brock and Drew. They have a little back and forth. I like the bit where Drew says, I can't remember the exact words. He's like, hey, there's a few more people watching this time.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite nice. They're very much running out of time in this match. So it's a quick little F5 out of the ring for Drew. And Brock Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Points at the sign. Sign catches fire again. Yay. And Brock laughs to send us home.
Fantastic.
Brock Lesnar wins the Rumble. WrestleVote saying there are currently no plans for the WWE title at WrestleMania right now. And Brock had to win this match because there was just simply nobody else.
And that's the thing. I don't think Brock had to win this match.
I don't think so.
I really don't think Brock had to win this match. We already knew the Roman and Brock thing has been set for WrestleMania. I think that's pretty much just a given. Mm-hmm. So my thought was, why not give it to someone like Big E and then have him go on to face Bobby Lashley at the Rumble? You could have had Roman take Brock out in that match and then have Brock just away for a little bit. Roman can then build it up and be like, look, we've beaten the Beast. The Beast, who else is going to come back and try and get me now? Like, I've beaten the baddest of the baddest. And then at the Elimination Chamber, you could have had Brock Lesnar be a surprise entrant into that, win that, like have a scrappy affair with someone, win that, and then go on to main event with Roman Reigns. Like, he didn't need to win this.
No. There were so many better things you could have done with that Final Four and with this Rumble in general. Mm-hmm. I've given it a D+ personally.
I was like...
And I hate saying that.
Yeah. I think D+ as well. It dwindles. We get to the end. The end picks up. However, it just falls flat again.
This was probably the worst Rumble I've watched.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
And I've seen some stinkers. It just lacked any... Like, it's once a year. It's like Christmas. And you remember when Christmas was rubbish because it's once a year. So you're going to... This Rumble stink for the men's Rumble. The women's Rumble was far better.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think the women's one was much better. And it spaced out the entrance more that would pick the crowd back up again. You know? When things started to, like, dip down a little bit, they brought someone out to bring the crowd back up. We didn't really get that until the last few people in this Rumble. And then Brock comes in and it all feels inconsequential anyway because he just hoys them all out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll get the final grade in just a moment. We are dangerously running into overtime, but let's go to the master, the ruler of at least 3 counties, Dan Heppel, who has been keeping an eye on the chat. Dan, you missed Justin Tiger again.
Well, like ships in the night, I just keep missing him.
You just keep missing him, mate.
Yeah.
He was lovely. He said nice things about you.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's great, yeah.
He said you've been really good at producing Cultaholic Live.
Yeah.
And it's been seamless.
Honestly, yeah, it's seamless. I think
It's beautiful.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I am putting my CV out to other bigger productions. You know?
Are you listening, Metro Goldwyn?
Yeah, so, you know.
He's available.
Just give me a message, super chat or whatever, you know. I'll
slide that, and that's your pass being revoked.
Yes, yeah.
So, who's been saying what in the super chat?
Well, I think Chris Parker pretty much summed it up nicely as our last super chat. Best Rumbles tell multiple stories.
Yep.
WWE only have told one at a time for years. This year, the story was part-timers are better than your favorites.
Oh,
do you think that's indicative of WWE right now? Or?
Yeah, that's right in the heart. That is.
Lovely cheery way to end the day, you know.
We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back. Any more for any more?
That's us all.
Amazing.
Oh, no,
Nice.
I do apologise. Steven Scoder says Dan/Justin Liger gets a $5 from me. So I don't know. Is it $2.50 each?
I guess,
Or-
I guess conversion rate.
Yeah,
250
conversion
each.
rate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'll
I
have to
think
work
so.
that out. But thank you very much, Stephen, and thank you very much to everyone who bore with us as I pressed the wrong button about 20 times and sent a super chat.
Well,
So
Dan,
thank you very much.
collaborate with us on this final grade then
Okay.
for the Rumble, because I want to. I love the Rumble. It's my favourite of the year. I get pumped for the Rumble every single year. This Rumble, the women's one was entertaining.
Yep.
A little bit botchy, quite botchy. The men's Rumble really let me down.
Yep.
Really let me down, and I hate saying that because I love the Rumble.
Me too.
But overall, like the show started great with that Roman Reigns Seth match. I feel like it just kind of
Went down a little since
like,
there.
like if it was a slide, it'd be the best slide ever. Woohoo! Somewhere in the middle, C plus.
I think.
I don't think
it
it's
was-
good. I
was-
don't think it deserves a B minus.
No, I think Brock and Bobby had its moments as well, which were good, as well as Becky and Doudrop too. Like, you can't take away from that. The women's Rumble, as you said, was entertaining. It's just, when you think about the Royal Rumble, you think about the ending, and the ending to the men's one was just, it just felt completely flat. And that's what you take away the most from it, I think, as well. So it needs to end on such a high, and it just didn't, unfortunately, this year.
Dan, do you feel like a C plus is a good bet?
Yeah. Maybe a tad generous, but yeah, I'll go with it.
Wow, oh, look at that. Dan, see, you
Damn.
think we're rough? Dan sat here, everything be getting D's. C plus then. We'll go C plus for the
C
Rumble.
plus.
Royal Rumble 2020 this year. It's a C plus. Do better next year, WWE. You've got WrestleMania. I'm sure you can make up for it. And that is Cultaholic Live Royal Rumble Special. It goes without saying that we have to thank Dan Heppel. Woo! Dan! Love you, Dan!
There he is!
There wasn't enough evidence to prosecute. It's fine. Dan Heppel, everybody.
Don't investigate me.
Now available at cultaholicshop.com. Not only do you have your very very special blood socks, a Cultaholic scarf, a Cultaholic hat, you have your action buddies of Ross and my co-host for today, the brilliant Andrew Hodkinson.
Thank you so much. And we cannot forget everybody, the man of the hour, the birthday boy tomorrow. It's
My
his birthday tomorrow.
I had mentioned that.
Tom Campbell, everybody.
Bless you. Thank you very much. Cultaholic Live back again in a bit. Look after yourselves. Have a great Sunday. Stay safe and love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.